Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun playing with the new Cle de Peau. This is the Radiant Cushion Foundation Dewy. And I am so excited to give this a try. I did try the old version a few years back, and I am excited to see how they have revamped the formula. The previous version was even a bit too dewy for me. I have dry, mature skin, but I am somebody who loves a glowy finish. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about this new Cle de Peau Radiant Cushion Foundation Dewy version, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm so excited. My new Cle de Peau. This is the Radiant Cushion Foundation, and they have revamped the formula, and I wanted to give this a try. So I do have a sort of funny video of me using this Radiant Cushion. I would want to say a few years back, and it was super dewy, and I was like a little bit too much. And you guys know I love a sort of glowy, healthy foundation, but that one happened to be a little bit overly dewy. So I'm excited to try this new formula, and I've been craving these sort of more hydrating dewy foundations. So this is $105, comes in a box like this, and I ended up picking it up in the shade B20, and we're just going to open this up. You have the cushion. So you have the cushion here, then it comes with the case, and I'll pull this out right here. Looks like it's got a really nice mirror. So new packaging from Cle de Peau, and you're going to open it, and there is a nice little mirror here. And then I'm going to open up the little compact, and I'm just going to pop this right in like that. And we'll open this up. Everything is nice and packaged. Then we'll take off the little cover here. And here is the compact, and it also comes with a little cushion just like this. Yay! So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna swipe this for you, and let's just say it's a very juicy compact, a lot of product in there. And this is the shade B20 right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and sort of use what's on my finger here, and then we'll use the actual cushion it comes with. So already I can tell you the formula feels very hydrating here, and I did go ahead and put on my eyeballs, but other than that I don't have any foundation or anything on like that. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to push into the cushion. Again, a little is going to go a long way, and I'm going to just start by dabbing this cushion here. And it has like a little dip here that I think you can kind of use for underneath your eyes. And I'm just going to take a minute to push this into the skin. But already I can tell you it has some very nice coverage. The Radiant Cushion Foundation Dewy is going to give you 24 hours of moisture and buildable coverage. It's going to create a flawless finish reminiscent of a fresh morning dew lasting for 16 hours. This instantly creates a luminous and dewy look while minimizing every imperfection. This is going to glide on with a fresh, hydrating, essence-like texture that restores moisture with every touch-up and improves skin radiance over time. You can build your layers of luster for a personalized level of glow and coverage. Okay, that was lickety split, kind of putting on that foundation, and I do of course like this finish. It is very glowy. I will tell you, it feels very hydrating, like you are sort of putting on that essence or a serum foundation, and I find that it has some coverage, so I like that as well. It's not going to be super light, but I'm going to leave it here. Of course you could build it up, but my experience with the cushion from a few years back was that I sort of put on a little bit too much. I think this needs to sort of sink in and do its little magic. We'll see about that, but yes, of course you can build it up, and I am really liking the coverage. Now there are only 7 shades to pick from, and honestly I might be the darkest one. It's going to start with very light ivory. That's going to be I-10. Then it goes into the ochre colors, starting with 10, going all the way to 030. Then in the beige, there's going to be a BOO. That's going to be the very light beige. And then the darkest in the beige color is B20. Clearly, this is not going to be a foundation for everybody. I have found that the cushion genre tends to stay in those kind of fair to light skin tones. Not exactly sure why, because cushions can be amazing to travel with, but specifically within Cle de Peau, they generally don't have a very wide range as far as the cushions. So they have expanded on some of the other foundations. And now one of my favorite foundations from Cle de Peau is the Radiant Cream Foundation. So I really love Cle de Peau foundations. I think I have all of them in some variation. I would say this is one of my favorites. I actually love the luminous matte one. That was sort of a big surprise to me. But lately I have been craving these more dewy, glowy kind of foundations, especially in the winter months. So for today's review, I am going to go ahead, pop on a little bit of blush as well as a little bit of bronzer, both from Cle de Peau. I'm going to kind of keep it a little bit lighter because I want you to be able to see this foundation in action. And since this is supposed to be more of a dewy foundation, I'm not going to necessarily set it with powder. This is supposed to give you this glowy look. So we're gonna try that, and then when I do a check-in, if it is way too glowy, you can always touch up with a little bit of powder. But for the review purposes, I do want you to see it because the cushion is specifically created to have this sort of dewy, almost glass skin look. So let me pop on a little blush and bronzer. Okay, bringing you in close to show you this foundation. And again, just put on a little blush and bronzer here. And I had already, when I was doing my eyes, used a little bit of the Cle de Peau concealer in beige. Okay, what I thought I would do is actually go about my day. I've got some work calls. I'm gonna go get my nails done. So I will do those errands. I am also gonna get out, take a walk outside, so we can see just how dewy this foundation is going to get. So far, I have to say it feels fabulous on my skin, but again, I'm feeling a little bit dry. So I do think that this foundation is going to be for those of us who have maybe more dry skin. Dry, mature, I would think would be loving this little cushion. And again, it comes like it's a very juicy cushion. Like the product, there seems to be a lot of product in there as well. So wanted to point that out. And then as I'm just speaking aloud, since I do love so many Cle de Peau foundations, I was thinking of possibly kind of doing a rundown, like a whole overview of the Cle de Peau foundations. So let me know if that is of interest to you, because I am a fan of their complexion products. I've literally just fallen in love with Cle de Peau eyeshadow quads. I think they are fabulous. I've always liked their lippies. Those are fantastic as well. But their complexion has always stood out to me as being like one of the best of the best. So I'm going to go do a bit of work, and then I will be back with a few check-ins in a bit. Okay, I am doing a quick check-in. I have had this on for 4 hours, and it is starting to feel just a little bit glowy. I wouldn't say it's necessarily heavy. Last time it started feeling like kind of heavy and glowy, but I did want to bring you in and show you. So again, this foundation is named Cushion Dewy, so it is supposed to be a dewy foundation, so you are going to have to like this. I am thinking, just by the way that this feels, I kind of like it because my skin has been feeling dry, so this feels very hydrated, a little bit kind of glowy, but as you can see, I don't want to be dripping grease, and I did not set this. So I do feel like I could use a bit of setting powder. This is at the 4-hour mark. So just in general, I think most people do like to set their makeup. So I am taking just a teeny bit of the Cle de Peau loose powder, and I am going to just lightly set this because I do think that most people do set their foundation, and I'm literally just putting a little bit of this on because I do think that people who are attracted to this cushion are actually looking for something that is going to give them a kind of dewy look on the skin, dewy and healthy. So at the 4-hour mark, I am already wanting to add just a little bit of powder. Now I am off to go get my nails done. So I'll be back with fresh nails, and I will do another check-in for you. Okay, I am back to do a check-in and got my nails done. I just went with a classic French manicure. Love that. And I have some thoughts on this Cle de Peau Radiant Cushion Foundation Dewy. And I'm going to bring you in and show you what it looks like. I have had this on for almost 10 hours now. And as you can see, it is definitely a dewy finish. So I did end up powdering it at that last check-in. And I will tell you though that my face feels very hydrated. I do love the way that this feels. But if you can see, I'm definitely getting some shine that is poking through, and I have dry skin. So this is not something I normally have like any sort of oil breakthrough during the day, but I do really like the amount of coverage. I feel like this is sort of a youthful looking foundation. It feels like it looks like skin, has that sort of dewy, kind of fresh, young look. So as somebody who is 54 years old, has dry, mature skin, I'm actually really liking this compact, and I will say that this does feel lighter on my skin than the old version. So the old cushion compact, I was definitely getting this kind of dewy, glowy look, but it felt heavy. Like by the end of the day, I not only was getting this sort of glowiness going on, but it felt almost heavy, like I was wearing makeup, whereas this does not. So I think the improvement of this cushion is that it has a lighter texture. You could almost tell when I opened this up and put my finger in it, it felt lighter, a little lightweight, and definitely like an essence. So that's what it did describe it, is that it has sort of this hydrating essence feel, and I'm a huge fan of essences. I just love that, kind of adding that layer on. And so my tips for using this Cle de Peau cushion foundation is, I think that it's going to be great for anybody that wants a dewy look. Most likely people with dry, mature skin are going to love it because their skin is just going to be like hydration station. I would definitely powder down and set it. So I did not do that because I kind of wanted to see it, but I do feel like if I had put it on and then used the loose powder, really set it, you're still gonna get some glow peeking through. So I think that would be absolute key, but I think it's actually really pretty. I do like it. I like the shade B20, but again, I don't think this is clearly gonna be for everyone. The shade range is very limited, and I don't think my oily skin friends are going to love this. They get this natural glow all the time. It's always funny. We always want the opposite of what we have. So those are my thoughts on this Cle de Peau Radiant Cushion Dewy Foundation. And as usual, I'd love to know, did you pick this up? Are you planning on picking this up? Let me know your thoughts. And one last thing, because I think I'm going to get a question from Donna, but I did finally pick up the Jenni Kayne. This is the mohair. This is the mohair boyfriend cardigan sweater. We had been going back and forth about picking this up, and I ended up picking it up with the slip skirt. So I am gonna pop that picture up. We have a little dinner that we're gonna be going to, and I wanted to go ahead and use my little 20% off birthday code. And I do have to say, I'm really loving this sweater. I love the color. I really love the slip skirt. So that was one. I am not very tall. I am 5'3", 5'3.5" on a good day, but the length of the slip skirt is working for me. And I did pick this up in an extra small in the fog, or is this smoke? I think it's either smoke or fog. And then the slip skirt either in smoke or fog in an extra small as well. And I absolutely love that outfit. So just wanted to let you know, Donna, it is not itchy. It's really kind of pretty. And I did pair it with a little camisole underneath. It's just a little bit too low cut to wear it on its own for myself. I was thinking about wearing it without a camisole, and it's just a little bit too deep cut on me, but that's probably because I don't have much chest to fill it out. I think it might look beautiful that way on others. So just wanted to mention that little outfit. Loving it from Jenni Kayne. So you guys, I hope you found this helpful, and thank you so much for watching. I will be back with another video soon.